to you guys about why I don't compete for government pressure washing work. Hey, Bill Scythe here with Neptune Clean. And I feel compelled to share an experience I recently had when competing for a contract to soft wash the buildings, clean the windows, and pressure wash the concrete for several community college campuses here in Hampton Roads, Virginia. My goal in sharing this with you is to raise the collective awareness within our industry, to a higher level of understanding, particularly when it comes to pricing commercial exterior cleaning opportunities. I understand there are numerous ways to price a job, and for the most part, I see consistency among the professionals in my area. But I feel that when it comes to commercial work, however, you just can't carry over a residential pricing structure, especially when the jobs are as large as college campus. Now, I'm about to share my opinion. So for what it's worth, you can agree or agree to disagree. Now, after the solicitation ended, the quotes are made public. And I noticed that several companies truly lowballed their pricing. At the prices these contracts were awarded, I would have lost money. I would have lost my butt. Now, I understand everybody has different operating expenses, and mine may be higher than a one-man operation. But regardless of that, these prices were way too low. We're cheapening the industry by offering to do the work at these low prices. Now, having a mindset that doesn't take into consideration the profit that is due you, affects the entire industry. It also shows you basically have a job and not a business. Now, using a lowball bid strategy, you're simply working for the government and not yourself. You're a contractor and not a business owner. Now, businesses pay their owners and make a profit on top of that. And this is why we're in business to begin with. Now, this is where some entrepreneurs run off the rails. They do not put enough value on the knowledge they've acquired through hours of study and experience. They don't place the proper value on the risk they've taken investing their hard-earned dollars in gear, equipment, materials, marketing, or other administrative expenses. There is a risk associated with government contracts, and you must price this risk in. And here's what it is. If you don't price government work correctly, you're still obligated to perform at the price you quoted. If you make a mistake bidding on large contracts, it could be the one that puts you out of business. Best case is that you basically work for free and lose money in the process of completing the job. Now, getting back to this competition, I thought I had a great chance to win several of these contracts since I worked for more than 6 years in the government contracting business. I'm doing business development. I also have a thorough understanding of my pressure washing business model and what it takes to turn a profit. If you've ever competed for government work, you understand there is a process that you must follow to be successful. Some are more complicated than others, but overall, pressure washing contracts, they're pretty straightforward. Now, let's take a minute to run through a couple of these properties to analyze my process and then take a look at the end results of the competition, and you decide, did they lowball it or not? Maybe I can tell you what, my end state is that I'm not going to compete because I can't. I would rather take the time and pressure wash 10 houses and make just as much, if not more money than what these guys are going to make on these contracts. So anyway, let's take a look at what I'm talking about. We're now on my bidders page for the solicitation for the community college campuses. And as you can see here, there's 5 different lines. So they've broken it up. They originally tried to bid this all combined. They broke it up into 5 campuses now. One of the reasons is because I think I complained and said, they wanted it done in 30 days. I'm like, you need a small army to be able to do this in 30 days. So anyway, it got broken up and I decided to bid on 3 of the 5. A couple of them were just too big or too crazy. So I bid on Chesapeake, I bid on Suffolk, and I bid on Portsmouth. And it says window washing, but it's window washing, pressure washing, and concrete as well. So what I wanted to show you was the Chesapeake campus window washing. So this one is one of the ones I bid on. And in this bid tab, and I'm going to open this up in a second and show you what everybody bid. But first, let's take a look at this campus. I got good old Google Earth out here. It's a great tool that I use for just about all my bidding. And let's zoom in on this college campus just so you can take a look. Now, I'm just kind of spinning around here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's scroll back in. So you can see this campus is pretty sizable. I mean, it's big. So you've got this building and the concrete that goes around it. This concrete here goes in front of this building here, this building over here, this building here, these 2 buildings here, all this concrete in between, all this concrete over here. Underneath here is all concrete as well. And then over here, which you can't really see, this is actually a parking garage. And they didn't want the concrete inside, the garage cleaned. They just wanted the outside of it cleaned. And this itself is, you can see the size of this, this dirt piece right here. That's basically a parking garage now. And if I zoom in, let's say if I place the little guy right here, I think you can actually see the parking garage. So there you go. That's under construction. That's why you don't see it in the satellite image. But it's huge, right? So scroll back out here. Now I've got it in a 2D view. You can kind of see behind there's more concrete back here. All this concrete. It's just a different view of the campus. So let me go to another doc here. So this is kind of like my pricing buildup. All right, so this building here is that first one on the left I was showing you about. And it's about a 28,000 square foot building. If you measure, I measured it, and it's 3 stories. And so I just kind of took that into consideration. They wanted all the windows clean. And if you go to a street view of this, or maybe I can scroll in. There you go. See, these things right here kind of jet out, and there's windows in between each one of those, and you got to clean all those windows. So, not only the brick, but the windows. And, this thing is insanely huge. And then all the concrete. So, I'm just going to kind of go through here, my bidding on it. I didn't think I was out of line at all compared to how long it would take me. This is the garage. How long it would take me is basically how I price this out. And you can see here's the other main part of the campus, those 2 buildings put together there, all the concrete, and my figures. And here's that building in the center. You can see by the concave walkway here how big it was. And my total for the whole campus was $44,000. And I could do that in 30 days. So, in my point on this bidding process was that, if I were to work for an entire month doing this amount of work in residential, I would absolutely make $44,000. So let me scroll back to this bid tab, and I'm going to go through. So Chesapeake was number 3. So I'm going to go to this bid tab, and we're going to scroll down to the item number 3. And so you guys can see, here's all the companies that bid. And then here's where these folks didn't bid. And then here's where the bidding starts. $9,000 for that entire campus. I would go broke. There's no way I could do all that work for less than $10,000. He's insane, or whoever owns that business. I don't understand how they can expect to do that much work for that little money. I can do $10,000 in a week. Anyway, I bid $48,000. As you can see, I was next to highest on this, but there was another company that's really close to me. And then everybody else was, is there something I'm not aware of here? Because, it was right between $9,000 and $17,000. There's no way I could do that campus for $17,000 and be profitable. Just absolutely no way. And that's why I'm saying bidding on this type of work is a losing game. Stick to, regular commercial business and residential business. It's much more profitable. You won't work as hard, and you'll make a heck of a lot more money. Now, let's go down to just a couple other ones that I did bid on. So here's Neptune Clean. Okay, I didn't respond to number 4. Let's see, which other one I did. Okay, so here's number 2. I think this one was Suffolk. It was the smallest of all of them. No, I'm sorry. This is Portsmouth, and this was just concrete, and it was a ton of concrete. I bid $12,000. I got underbid by like 3. 1/3. This company is going to do all that concrete work for $4,000. I bid $12,000, and then lastly, here was the smallest one. Number 5 was Suffolk. It was just a building and a little bit of concrete. Still, though, it was a huge building. And I bid $4,000. I wasn't by any means the highest, but somebody came in at $300. I wouldn't pull my hoses for I wouldn't even drive to the campus for $300. This is why I'm saying that these folks don't know what they're doing when it comes to bidding government work, and they're cheapening the industry by bidding that low. Look at the amount of people that were under $1,000 for that building. Again, I do houses that are worth $1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 companies bid under $1,000 for that building. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyway, my 2 cents. Let me hear what you think. I'd love to get your opinion on this. Maybe I'm missing something. Hey, I'm open to suggestions. I'm not the know-it-all on government work, although I was a business development director of business development for a large government contractor in the security and defense industry. So anyway, I got a little bit of knowledge. This is my first time bidding on pressure washing work, but hey, love to hear what you guys think.
Hey, Bill Scythe here with Neptune Clean. Working on a Saturday, and we're killing it today, man. We're about to finish up on our 3rd house. It's so far $1,300, and it's only 1:30 in the afternoon. We got one more small one to do. We'll be done by 3. I think it's going to be about a $1,500 day, and started at 8. Finished by 3. Not a bad gig.